Hello everybody, it's MxRheyRhey. Welcome back to my channel. This is Art Talk, where I art and talk at the same time, and I just wanted to let you guys know here at the beginning, sort of a slower beginning. Hi, sorry this video is late. I am a day behind this week because on Monday I got sick, whether that is from a 24-hour flu, or I just forgot to take my meds one day too late, or just it wasn't the big sick, I know that, but for some reason Monday wanted me to not be okay, so I'm a day behind. This is why this video is late. If you're seeing this in the future, it is not late for you. Just hi, welcome. And I wanted to preface this, the reason why you're seeing little colored squigglies all over this aqua board that I am painting my jelly gouache on is because I pretty much just did a very basic sketch and color composition of where I want certain colors to go. This is my reference photo right here, and it is just a picture that I took that morning of a tree that is in front of my room, and I like it a lot because it's my favorite color. And don't mind the orange in the photo because I live in California, where right now everything is smoky and the moon is red. So that all being said, to preface all of this, I don't have a topic for today to talk about. Sorry if I just blew right into the mic. I don't. I was trying to think of things that I could talk about, and while there are a lot, maybe I could also talk about the painting a little bit. I'm using this aqua board and the gouache pretty much just to really I'm still learning how to use gouache properly. I kind of like the abstract look it gives, like the matte abstract look, so I'm never really, if I go for realism with gouache, it's really more of just for like practice or study. This one, I'm fooling around a little bit, but I do kind of want it to abstractly look like the reference photo. I know that when it comes to gouache, I personally, I don't know if this is like the standard practice, but I personally like to work from the background all the way to the foreground. And I know specifically with gouache, if you're working in layers or glazing or it's nice to have a light, like very transparent wash of like certain specific blocks of color in the background first, and then layer with like less water each layer to going forward. That way the paint on the bottom doesn't run through. You have the sort of composition that you're working with and towards, and everything kind of just blends better together. So that is why I started with the big blue, then went down to the green, did the background. That is a gazebo in the background. I will add more color later, don't worry. Everything looks ugly until the very end. No one likes watching the process, they just want to see the finished product. That is basically all art videos are pretty much sometimes. Not really. I do like to watch art videos for like watching them paint, listening to them talk, and just all out like hang out parasocially with other artists, because that's all I've ever known to do. But you know, it's nice. It's really weird to like tell people, look, listen, if you want to see this to the end, you want to see how it gets done, you have to trust that this isn't going to look like this the entire time. So yeah, it's very weird to think that right now I think it looks so bad and I have no idea where I'm going with this. Like right now in my present, when I'm doing the voiceover for this, when I'm painting, as you see me painting, I'm like, no, I got this, and blah blah blah. I keep looking at the reference photo just to get like color composition, really, more than direct one-on-one portrayal. Just because that always works out better for me. Like I get the big idea and then I can ad-lib the rest. But yeah, that is pretty much I'm just pretty much practicing that with the gouache painting. Like I don't play with gouache very often, and I know in the near future you're going to see me doing a lot more just watercolor or gouache, and even just probably digital painting. I'm not going to be doing a lot of, maybe some oil pastels in the future. Those are small, I can take those. But yes, anyway, the reason that I'm picking up gouache just for a little bit again this time around is, one, so I can re-pick up like everything that I thought I knew about gouache and then revamp it as I'm painting, learn something new with experience. And also, yeah, like I'm going to be moving. I think I've mentioned this every single video since I started planning for this, but yes, in October I will be moving, so it's like 2 months from now, and so I'm going to have to be downsizing all of my art supplies and equipment and revamp how I do artwork for the channel. And I have pretty much gotten it down to my essentials being my watercolors, my gouache, my oil pastels, and my digital art I can take with me wherever, because I'm not leaving my laptop behind. I was a tech addict first, an art addict second, but I've combined the two, so I'm not getting rid of my laptop, so I can do digital art in the future later. Things like oil painting or spray paints, things like that are not going to be on the channel for a while anymore. And while I'm sad about it, it's like, it happens this way, like life happens, and I'll just pick up new things to do with gouache and watercolor and all my other portable products. It's how life goes, and I'm not too sad. I'm not bummed, I'm not sad, I'm just, it's weird. Like, would I have loved to take in everything with me? Sure, but like, that's not realistic. I'm not gonna boo-hoo and cry because I can't take like my oil paints with me, because oil paint is like, have you ever tried to oil paint on the go? Like, I haven't, but I'm like thinking just oil painting here in the home, that's a lot of steps and processes, and doing that, making that portable is so like hard to do. So yeah, it's not feasible. I'm not going to do it. I am happy with my watercolor and gouache and oil pastels. But anyway, I digress. Moving, art process. This tree has orange flowers on it, and I was trying my hardest to get the flowers to be abstract but also dimensional. You'll see that I'll have different shades of orange all over, but some of it is too watered down and it'll just soak through, and like, you won't see the dimensions of like the shadows of the flowers versus the highlights of the flowers. I don't know what this tree was. I know my parents used to have a tree called a San Gabriel right there, but I have since come to find out that this is not that tree. So I don't know what this tree is. I just know it's very pretty and it's very orange, which is my favorite color, and I wanted to paint it before I left, and so this is what I'm doing. I really actually like having the ability, like, not having the, well, yes, having the ability, but also I like having fun with abstract shapes and ideas. Having to be realistic, I feel right now, puts a lot of pressure on me, especially since like I'm new. I'm like in year 2 of like being a consistent artist and everything. So putting the pressure of having everything to be realistic no matter the media seemed like super hard, and I'd rather just have fun making abstract shapes of what you see to be a tree. Like, it doesn't have to be realistic to know that I am drawing trees and a yard and the sky, and there's a background of sand. And yes, there is a background of sand because, like I've said before, I am living in an orchard. So just, yeah, like, I don't like the pressure of being realistic. Not that one day I won't learn realism. I would rather learn anatomy first, like proper proportions and like how the human anatomy works before I try to do anything with realism, just because I know if I were to do something with realism, I would want like a person in there. Like it would just be something I would prefer. Like if I could learn anatomy first, then maybe I'll dabble into realism if I feel the need to, but it's not like a requirement for every artist. So if you feel pressured to be realistic with anything that you're drawing and it's not coming out, it's probably because you don't have to if you don't want to. If you want to be realistic with like people proportions, like I said, get like learn anatomy. There are a lot of tips and tricks on the internet to like learn proportions. It's not always something that you have to like, oh well, I don't like the way I made this eye, because you know eyes are never the same. Even in human nature, eyes are never the same. So for one, nothing is symmetrical, and two, like, don't put too much pressure on yourself. If it's for like an art project, okay, maybe there's a little bit of pressure, but like if it's for fun and you just want to like learn about it, don't beat yourself up if it doesn't look like they're standing right in front of you, I guess is the point of that tangent. But yeah, I like the dimensions of the flowers in this one better. If you remember from the reference photo, these are like right up front, but they're blurry, and like that's on purpose and everything. But also, like, the dimensions for this one, it was literally just 2 colors instead of the 3, which I put on the San Gabriel. If there was anything about this painting, looking hindsight now that I can see it full picture, and as you guys will see in like 4 minutes or so, if there's one thing I could change or learn from about this piece that I had a lot of fun with, actually. It took me like 4 hours to do. Like with like counting the breaks, this like whole thing is like this whole recording is 2 hours, but within the breaks in between, it was like 4 hours. But where was I going? 2 hours, flowers, gouache. Okay, if there's anything that I learned from this little fun gouache practice that I decided to do for myself, it's that I would like to learn how to properly do values within a gouache medium. I understand color blending, I understand the color, like to get a yellow green you have to add yellow to the green, or like more yellow than blue, however you mix colors. I understand color mixing with gouache. That's something I love to do. Like, I'm a color mixing, color theory fanatic. It is the value system that I believe is what I was struggling with in here. I was thinking if I just kept adding blue to my green, it would make a darker green, yes, but would the values be different if they were in black and white? And I found out it was very little. So if there's one thing I need to learn how to utilize, it is the how to check or make values, like do a value practice with gouache. And I feel like it needs to be just easier than like adding white or black to the colors, because it really is. I didn't even realize I'm getting to the end of the painting. And so I guess that was my topic for today. Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the final reveal. If you like my series, please let me know down in the comments below, or like the video, or subscribe to me. I always love seeing new people. I would love some interaction. I do have a Patreon. I am working on it right now, so it is being revamped, but it is still active in case you guys want to support my ideas. I have TikToks where this is probably going to be up next week. Like, links are in my link tree in my channel and everything. So I hope you guys liked this video. It was very rambly, and I hope to see you guys next week. I hope you all have a wonderful day.